Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One Small Step. And today's special guest is Rasha. And Rasha is a Bachelor of Science Health Sciences graduate. So she recently graduated with a BSc in Health Sciences and a minor in Indigenous Studies. So Rasha, you really did a lot of things, whilst you were still in school. But I really want to talk a little bit more about your experience with co-op. So can you please let me know what did you do for co-op? Where did you work? What was your position? Yeah, just I guess an overview of your co-op.
Yeah, for sure. So I did my co-op in my second year which is a little bit unconventional. I feel like most people kind of wait to do it. But as soon as I found out I had enough credits and I could apply for the program, I went straight into it. And I was doing my co-op at Fraser Health. So I was in the office. So my initial position was kind of research and evaluation assistant, but it was more of an assistant auditor role. So it was an 8-month co-op at Fraser Health, and it was in clinical quality and patient safety. And it basically entailed auditing at all the different hospital sites within Fraser Health, so within the Lower Mainland. And so it was really cool because it was a combination of getting to go into the hospitals and doing some audits there. So looking at patient charts, doing patient interviews, and all that kind of stuff. And then it also included going back to the office, compiling reports, doing data entry, and all that stuff.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And I think it's amazing that you were able to get a position in your field of study. As a health sciences major, you're also able to, get a position in Fraser Health. So I think that's pretty amazing. And what prompted you to do co-op?
hmm Yeah, I mean, for me, I never really had a set career in mind. So even coming into university, I was always just like open minded. I thought health sciences was interesting. But I heard some of my friends who were thinking about doing co op, and I started looking into the program more, and I realized it was a perfect way for me to figure out more of what I liked. I knew I didn't want to go into medical, I know I didn't want to go clinical, but I also knew that I loved health sciences. And so I thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to get into the work field and actually figure out what I liked.
Oh, cool. Was it easy doing co-op, or do you feel like you faced any challenges, or was it just a breeze? Like, what was your experience?
Yeah, I would say it was definitely not fully like smooth sailing. I would say some of the challenges really came with figuring out how to be in a workplace.
Mhm.
So transitioning from being in a classroom full time to now full time working was a big transition, especially when you're 19 years old and used to being in school full time. So it was definitely a little bit challenging to figure out what was a work setting like. Figuring out, and being confident enough also to interact with patients and with healthcare providers, and especially being in a corporate office, it was super intimidating. But it definitely helped to have a strong co-op students with me, and also a great manager and supervisor who was there to kind of guide you throughout the way.
Okay, that's amazing that you were able to have very helpful supervisors and managers as you were doing your co-op. And I'd like to know if your friend who's still in school came to you, I was like, Rasha, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about doing co-op. What would you say to that student?
Yeah, I would say do it. Do it just because I think people think, oh, when I do co-op, I'll get professional experience and I'll get in the workplace, which is true. But I think the biggest thing is that you'll learn more about yourself, personally and professionally. You'll find out what you like to do, what you don't like to do. You'll find out just more about your work style as well. So I would say it's definitely a great step to take. Also, it pushes you out of your comfort zone, and which I think it's so easy to just go to school and then go home.
Yeah.
But when you take that extra step and just get involved and do co-op, even if you have a not so great experience, you're gonna learn something from it.
And my final question, which is a question I ask everyone who comes on One Small Step, is what do you think is the one small step that you took that got you to where you are now?
Yeah, I think it was applying to things, even if you think you're not qualified enough or you're not going to get it,
Mhm.
don't sell yourself short. For me, actually, I initially got my co op because I volunteered with that same supervisor. And I got that volunteer position by just applying to dozens of volunteer positions, and they happened to call me back from Fraser Health. And so I actually volunteered there. And then that same manager emailed me when the co-op position went up. And that's kind of what like pushed me forward. But it was just not being scared to do something that you might feel you're not ready for, and not selling yourself short. So if you see that list of qualifications and you think, I don't know if I check all those boxes, um, apply for it anyway. Because worst case scenario, you're just not going to get a call back.
Hmm.
Best case scenario, you're going to have a position, a volunteer position, a job, a co-op role.
Oh wow, that's like amazing advice. It's like, okay, the worst that is going to happen is you're not going to get it. And I'm sure that resonates with a lot of people who are watching this. But yeah, thank you so much, Rasha, for that. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, whatever it is that you want to do next. I wish you all the best and I hope that it all goes well. And thank you everyone for watching. This has been an episode of One Small Step.